What most people
don't know about students
dropping out. About students dropping out is their beauty, their brilliance, their potential. Greetings, my name is Chatmon. I'm the Executive Director of African American Male Achievement for Oakland Unified School District. If someone asked me the question, what would you want to do when you grow up? I wouldn't have necessarily said to be the Executive Director of African American Male Achievement. What I wanted to do when I grew up, or when I grow up, was really to be an extraordinary teacher for every child that entered into my classroom space, to ensure that they had an extraordinary, life-changing experience. And that really stemmed from the negative, challenging experience I had as a child in public school education. The way I internalized public school was you go to school to get hit, you go to school for adults to kind of put you down. You know, from the paddle being named after me to the 3rd grade, my desk was in a coat closet. My mom came into the portable and was like, you know, well, son, where's your desk? And I went into the coat closet, threw the jackets off my desk and was like, Ma, this is my desk. My 9th grade and 10th grade guidance counselors saying that, you know, you're not going to graduate. But the kind of aha for me is like, look, I'm gonna prove you all wrong. And when I get out and I graduate from this public school institution, I'm gonna come back and be a beacon of hope, a beacon of light, to provide a very different experience for students. Oakland hired this extraordinary, the superintendent of Oakland Unified School District, that had this radical vision of creating a department to address the needs of African American males. And when they were looking at all of the data as it relates to attendance, as it relates to graduation rates, as it relates to literacy rates, middle school holding power in terms of school culture, all of the positive academic indicators, African American males were at the bottom. And as it relates to all of the negative academic indicators, chronic absence, suspension, disproportionate number of African American male students being referred to special education, African American male students were overly represented. What do we need to do fundamentally different to address the needs that this system is least serving? What he created was the Office of African American Male Achievement and brought me on. And a lot of the work really has to do with changing adult behavior. We did a listening campaign of several hundred African American male students from kindergarten to high school. What our boys were telling us, when they would show up at school in that first few weeks of school, the adults on the campus were seeing them as if, and treating them as if they had done something wrong. Students hadn't really, you know, done anything just yet. They had just showing up to school. The biases that adults have of African American male students was off. And that had an impact on them wanting to be in school. I mean, actually, over 80% of those that we interviewed were sharing that they were going through the school day, the school week, a school quarter, a semester, and very few adults were actually engaging them or asking them how they are doing. How do you feel? How was your weekend? What do you want to be when you grow up? We are perpetuating structural racism, that yes, we are not creating the conditions where those students least served or furthest away from opportunity feel loved, feel cared for. We need to radically shift our structures and systems to address the needs of those young brothers. And we have to change how we've accepted that and perpetuate that to how we normalize greatness and beauty and brilliance in African American children and really in all children. Try to identify folks in your community, teachers or classified staff or administrators or folks that actually hold the values that you maybe aspire to. Seek them out, set up informational meetings, call them, text them, tweet them, engage with them. Yeah, if you can't find those folks, go to the library. I really believe we are who we see, so read about people doing amazing things. Get to know your history and your story. I mean, I think we can't aspire to greatness if we don't know that our cultural greatness and that our forefathers and foremothers have went through far more than what we're even going through here now today. And so to that end, you know, I think finding out what your passions are and what your interests are, what your purpose in life is, and then just keep staying in that.